More opportunities, definitely. A bigger range of subjects. More freedom and responsibility. Just being in a bigger environment and having to follow different school rules.
With primary school, the teachers had less pressure on us about homework or just schoolwork, and high school we're expected to do more and take responsibility for the actions that we do.
Mainly when you're in primary school, you know everyone, and I bet you're like the top grade 6. You're like, don't look at me like that, grade 4, I'm grade 6. Take me on. But when you get to high school, you're like the freshmen, the newbies. Everyone picks on you because you're the newbies.
I think the most major difference is probably the responsibility. When you're in primary school, they'll always remind you, and so there's always something to back up on. But in high school, it's sort of like you have like 2 reminders and that's it.
Well, pretty much for myself, when I moved from primary to secondary school, just the changing of classrooms and the different environment. Like there was a lot because you're introduced to a new group of people. You're socially, you're changing your groups, and just generally just a different environment, like learning environment.
Well, for me, the major differences are that because you get heaps of homework in secondary school compared to primary school, and also there's many different teachers that teach you in secondary school, because in primary school there's only like 1 or 2 teachers.
Orientation day for me was fun, scary and exciting all at the same time, and I found that it was a great opportunity to make new friends, just get to know the place and your surroundings, and just get a feel of what secondary school is really like so you don't freak out on your first day.
During high school, my mum would take me to school in the morning, but I'd have to walk home because there was no after-school program to go to. So it's fun. I'm getting in the exercise, so yeah.
It was a lot different. 5-minute walk down the road to primary school, but once I got to high school it was a half-hour walk, so I thought, catching the bus next time. So caught the bus and trying to figure out all the bus routes. Mum helped me out with that, so.
Well, it was my local school at the time, so I caught the bus after school, and on the first day I actually got on the wrong bus and almost went to Mount Evelyn, and so I was a bit paranoid after that, but after all it gets a lot easier.
The worst things for me probably would have been having to work a little combination lock. Homework, definitely, and just being able to find your way around school for the first few days.
There's more pressure from teachers about handing in homework or getting just our classwork done and moving classes. Primary school, we'd stay in one classroom and we'd have all our classes there, but in high school we have to keep changing rooms. You get used to it.
I think like the homework, and because like so much, like you're not really prepared for it, but it's not that bad. But when you've got so much of like all different teachers, like you've got 8 teachers giving you different homeworks, and you're like, whoa. And also you like, you don't know anyone, and you might have loads of friends, but they're all in different classes, and then in your class you're like, I have 1 friend in this class. Not cool.
Well, for some people it is the responsibility because they like having things to fall back on. For me, actually, I think it was getting up so early. I really don't I'm not a morning person.
I think when you're in primary school, you're nurtured a lot more, and when you start secondary school, I think for the first couple of months, you're just finding yourself socially, which is one of the most important things.
The worst things in secondary school, obviously, is a lot of workload, and that because you get heaps of homework and you have to spend a lot of time and effort for the work, which means less time for leisure activities.
best things about starting secondary school would be definitely making new friends, having a different timetable and just different subjects compared to primary school, and just a new environment, a new place.
Best thing would be probably meeting people, get the whole new area and everything, new people to talk to, different sort of personalities to primary school as well. You all sort of mould to each other in primary school.
I liked the canteen. It was really cool because it had like everything you needed. You could buy like everything there. It was really cool. And you did have your friends there even if you weren't in any classes with them.
The best things is that there's a huge variety of activities for you to do, such as camps and sports. That's really, really good. And like there's also many different subjects as well that you don't get to do in primary school.
Just when students get home, I know that a lot of my friends tend to not tell their parents that they have certain assignments and homework, and then they don't bother doing it. So it would be good if parents could actually just check with their children, or just make them keep on top of their homework and everything. And just for homework time, just make sure, like, because I have a little sister and she's really noisy, I need her down the other end of the house so I can actually concentrate on my homework.
I'd say help them out with their first year of high school, because it's hard not knowing what to do because you've never been there before, and parents might remember what it's like being the youngest in the school again, and just help them with their homework if they need it, or even if they don't tell you they need help, ask them if they needed help, and encourage them to go in clubs at school or bands.
Mainly, like, my mum was all like, oh, how was your day? Tell me everything. And when you've all had a huge day, especially your first day, you don't want to really go over it again. It's like you've been shocked, you've been scared, you've been overwhelmed, been upset, whatever, but you don't want to, like, keep talking about it. Usually you're really exhausted too. So, yeah, like, maybe if they're not really talkative, it's okay. It's normal. They're just trying to figure everything out in their head.
Definitely just get to know what your child likes, what their learning styles are like, choose an appropriate school for their learning ability and that sort of thing, and then just be really supportive, because especially in year 7 and 8 you're going to really want to, like, rip your kid's head off. So yeah.
Well, I guess you just have to, like, if you have the school in mind, you should definitely go and have a look at it and see if your child really likes it or not.
I wish that I knew when I went to secondary school that I didn't have to worry about every little thing, and I was particularly worried about getting detention, but I soon found out I didn't need to worry about that because I haven't had one yet.
Mainly to choose for your educational purposes. As in, I went to a school basically because it was a close one, my friends were at it, what else do you need, right? And I wasn't happy there.
Probably just keep my options open. From a young age I decided that I wanted to follow a certain career path, and then decided, like, halfway through year 9 that I didn't want to do it, and I thought, oh no, what have I done? But it didn't really matter because you can change your subjects and you end up doing what you want to do.
I wish I knew that secondary could be such an exciting and wonderful experience, because even though there may be more work, because I used to think that it was really boring and dull, but it's actually kind of the opposite, because you get to meet new friends and you get to do many sports and, like, do plays as well, really large plays. Yeah. So that's a really good, that's a really, really enjoyable thing, because there's just so much opportunities for you to experience and discover many wonderful like activities for you to do in secondary school.